Black Ops 6 was swarmed with hate for the reveal of the launch map Liberty Falls, and the most interesting thing was the map wasn't even out yet. In this Black Ops 6 Zombies deep dive, we will take a look at the unforgettable comeback of Liberty Falls, as well as the overall quality of the map today. Like many other popular gaming franchises, Call of Duty isn't very well known for their ability to listen to fans, but in the case of Black Ops 6 Zombies, they proved everyone wrong. When Liberty Falls was revealed at COD Next, the community had a variety of issues with what they had seen. Common complaints included that the map had no aura, it seemed too easy, and the HUD looked atrocious. The Liberty Falls reveal caught so much negative attention that a video by Mr. Waffle Waffles titled Liberty Balls reached the YouTube trending page, creating a meme within the community. In fact, the sudden hatred for Liberty Falls gave Zombies fans amnesia about the well-received reveal of Terminus a few weeks earlier. Zombies fans were essentially in a civil war between people who thought Zombies was officially ruined and others who felt that it was not that bad. No matter what side of the debate you were on, everyone was in agreement that Liberty Falls was a reality. We were gonna get the map whether we liked it or not, and Treyarch wasn't gonna do anything about it. Except they did. On October 17th, Call of Duty released a blog post updating fans about the new info on Black Ops 6. Interestingly enough, Liberty Falls was a part of these updates. To almost everyone's surprise, Treyarch actually listened to the community and made some changes. They claimed that players can expect a moodier visual tone to the map, along with gorier set dressings and new environmental audio to more intensely reflect the chaos of a very recent dimensional break. Upon seeing this announcement, myself and many other Zombies fans were ecstatic that they had actually listened. But what does a moodier and gorier Liberty Falls really mean? Well, they didn't really specify within the blog post. But if we compare initial images of the map to the updated ones, there is a slight difference that you can see here. After seeing these images, I would agree with their initial statement that they made the map feel moodier, even if it is a very slight adjustment. Taking it a step further, let's look at the actual gameplay from Liberty Falls at COD Next to when I'm recording this video, about 12 days after release.
Alpha Team, this is Chief of Security Blanchard. Are you a sight for sore eyes?
What a spawn. This is giving me like Forsaken vibes right now, where you start off on a little bit of a rooftop and then you make your way down.
Overall, the changes they did make to the atmosphere were fairly minute and honestly not game-changing by any means. However, there was another aspect of the gameplay that Treyarch made some major changes to. A massive complaint from Zombies fans with Black Ops 6 was the HUD. The community had a bunch of complaints ranging from it looked too much like Warzone, the inclusion of the minimap was unneeded in Zombies, and it just overall looked boring. Well, Treyarch actually took this criticism and made some changes. They added character portraits to the HUD, which makes differentiating your teammates easier, and in my opinion, it just looks better. Perk icons were now positioned closer to each other, and visibility sliders were available for almost everything within the HUD. Now, in my opinion, these were all great changes, except for the fact that the HUD visibility sliders affect not only Zombies, but multiplayer as well. Personally, I spend most of my time playing Zombies, but I really enjoy the Black Ops 6 multiplayer so far. And unfortunately, when you change the visibility of the HUD elements in Zombies, it also affects your HUD in multiplayer. For example, when I first went to play multiplayer, I noticed that my minimap was completely gone. Then I realized that you can only have one HUD between the modes. In my opinion, I think they should separate your HUD customization between Zombies and multiplayer, or at least offer the player different HUD classes or setups, similar to the created class system. Despite this flaw, Treyarch actually listened to the hate regarding the HUD and made some beneficial changes. As you might remember, Liberty Falls got a lot of hate for appearing too easy. I mentioned in my last video that a Twitch streamer named Duke Dennis, who doesn't even play Zombies, got to around 50 on his first attempt of Liberty Falls, which was very alarming for me prior to the release of the game. Myself and many others thought Black Ops 6 was going to be just as easy as Cold War Zombies, which I personally did not want at all. Once again, Treyarch heard these complaints across the community and decided to make a change. They nerfed the Wonder Fizz, which is a machine that acts essentially as a vending machine for all the perks within the map. It was now only available to the player after round 25, which meant that you would now have to memorize different perk locations around the map, bringing back a better perk system that felt familiar to original Zombies fans. So, once again, Treyarch actually did something about the complaints within the community. A few weeks into Black Ops 6, I don't think the difficulty of Zombies or the HUD or the atmosphere of Liberty Falls are perfect by any means. But I would like to point out how Treyarch at least did something for the fans in each of these departments, and their ability to take criticism and try to change has me extremely excited for the rest of Black Ops 6 Zombies. We have now looked deeply into the comeback of not only Liberty Falls, but Black Ops 6 Zombies as a whole. Now, I want to dedicate the rest of this deep dive to offering Liberty Falls a full, in-depth review. To start, I want to clarify that my review of Liberty Falls will mostly focus on the map itself, and I will try my best to stray away from critiquing issues I have with the Zombies game mode overall. The cons. I have a massive hatred for the Abominations. The Abomination boss zombie is similar to the Margwa, which we have seen in Shadows of Evil and Revelations. But in my opinion, Margwas are leaps and bounds better. Both of these boss zombies follow a similar health system where they have 3 different heads. These heads serve as their critical points, and it's where they take almost all of their damage. Now, Margwas frequently had one of their heads open at all times, and if you had a short break from the zombies you were training, you could easily take one of the heads out. You just had to maintain a decent distance because Margwas only do a melee attack. In the case of the Abominations, not only do they have a melee charge attack that stuns the player, they also have laser beams that shoot at you. Now, my biggest complaint with the Abominations is that it feels like their heads are almost never opened, and even when they are, they require seemingly more damage than Margwas in Black Ops 3. While you're training a horde of zombies, it can sometimes take a very long time to kill this boss, and they become a giant nuisance. I much preferred the Margwas because they were a very intimidating threat that can one-hit you if you're not careful. But if you're staying aware, you can take them out pretty easily. The Abominations sort of just sit behind your horde of zombies and shoot laser beams at you, failing to feel like a threat in any engaging way, but rather just annoying the player and making their training situation more tedious. Moving on from Abominations, another con that I have to mention is the Mangler spam. Now, this is a problem with Black Ops 6 as a whole, but I absolutely despise how many Manglers can spawn at once. Projectile attacks in zombies is one of my least favorite things in the mode, and it's especially obnoxious when there are 5 Manglers that have homing beams on the player at all times. It is unbelievably annoying. Honestly, those are truly my only major issues with Liberty Falls. Treyarch definitely needs to tone down the boss spam in Black Ops 6 Zombies. The meh. The atmosphere of Liberty Falls is alright. It feels unique in the fact that we haven't really gotten a zombies map that takes place in a simple town since Black Ops 2's Town, but the original version feels much more atmospheric than Liberty Falls does. In one sense, I understand it because Liberty Falls is supposed to take place right after a zombie outbreak, where Town was literally after the world had been nuked into oblivion. So I understand why the map Town has a cooler atmosphere. I still think they could have improved upon the aura of Liberty Falls by adding a better skybox and background to look at, but overall, it's not bad by any means. Another aspect of Liberty Falls that I am on the fence about is how unambitious it is. Terminus was definitely the map they wanted to try something new and unique with. While I personally believe that Liberty Falls was designed as a chill camo grinding experience, I get where Treyarch was coming from with this choice, as I'm sure they didn't want to have 2 overwhelming maps on launch. I'm just hoping the majority of the remaining maps we get are fairly ambitious and unique. The final aspect of Liberty Falls I am meh about is the Easter egg boss fight. I will say, I found it to be pretty fun, but it wasn't exactly memorable. I wish they would have created an actual boss fight like how Terminus has the giant sea monster. Instead, it was just boss zombies with extra health. Overall though, I'm just glad the map has an Easter egg, which leads us into the next section, the pros. The Easter egg was not a difficult one by any stretch of the imagination. YouTube guides for it were easy to follow and around the 10-minute range, which was a weird change of pace after I played a lot of Black Ops 4 Zombies in anticipation for BO6. None of the steps were tedious or overly annoying at all, and the boss fight brought some difficulty. The Easter egg was a simple, short, and sweet experience that I have no issues with. Moving on to the Wonder Weapon. I am super happy with how they handled the jet gun. Bringing back the infamously horrible buildable gun from Transit and making it actually fun to use was an amazing comeback for this Wonder Weapon. The suck ability combined with the explosion was a deadly combo that had me smiling every time I sent zombies 30 feet into the sky. Moving on to a few small features that I greatly enjoyed about Liberty Falls included the Pack-a-Punch system and how easy it was to get. All you needed to do was open the door to the church, and honestly, I'm a big fan of these simple pack-a-punch systems, so I enjoyed it quite a bit. I also thought the vermin were a great addition. In my eyes, dog rounds or quote-unquote boss rounds are supposed to be a chill time of relief, and the vermin are so easy to deal with. On top of that, I'm grinding camos for this game, and it makes it extremely easy to get headshots on the vermin, so I'm a big fan of them overall. In my opinion, they are miles better than the parasites on Terminus. A major pro that I have for Liberty Falls is the layout. It is very simple and doesn't take much thought to traverse. The ziplines make for a cool form of speedy travel, and I never have to worry about not being able to revive my friends because they are too far away. Even though the map is fairly small, I thought they designed the layout efficiently. The final aspect of Liberty Falls that I really loved was the attention to side Easter eggs.
There is a small free Deadshot Daiquiri Easter egg on Liberty Falls. Now, you need to go ahead and get a sniper in order to do this.
For some reason, there is no perk machine for Deadshot Daiquiri on the map, but you can do a very simple side Easter egg to get the perk for free. Another egg I've been doing a lot is bowling in Liberty Lanes. If you shoot 5 pairs of shoes around the map, your squad gets teleported to Liberty Lanes and you can earn some solid rewards for bowling zombies. There are even more side Easter eggs, such as turning into the Etherella superhero found in the comic shop, that truly add to the experience of Liberty Falls. Small details, such as side Easter eggs, really bring life into these maps, and I hope they continue with this trend for the rest of Black Ops 6. Going into Liberty Falls, I did not have any expectations. I set my bar all the way at the floor. After spending a bunch of hours forming my opinion, I will say I think it's a good map. The lack of ambition, the spam of obnoxious boss zombies, and some issues I have with Black Ops 6 mechanics keep it outside of the great status for me. But that does not mean that Liberty Falls did not have one of the greatest comebacks in zombies history. On August 28th, when it was first revealed, everyone, including myself, was hating on it. Very few people within the community actually stuck up for Liberty Falls and stayed optimistic. After the initial hate storm was gone, myself and many others gained a lot of optimism, and then Treyarch came in and tried to actually improve upon the complaints that the fans had with the map. With all that being said, an experience that originally seemed doomed to be nothing more than a below average map became simple fun. My overall score of Liberty Falls is a 6.8 out of 10. If you enjoyed this video essay, please make sure to subscribe and be on the lookout for my next COD Zombies video. If you're still here, go watch my last video, how Call of Duty Zombies lost all of its aura.